Passion with Dr. Laurie Betito on Montreal's News Talk Leader, CJAD 800.
Dating dilemmas tonight on Passion. We're talking about online dating. Like George, who met his two long-term relationships online. But you know what? George sounded to me like a very honest guy, and he put out a very honest profile.
Exactly.
What you see is what you get. And the women who, checked him out got what they saw is what they got.
And that also means that those women who wouldn't have been able to appreciate him probably just never gave him a second glance. They said, not for me, and they moved on. So he didn't waste time.
Right.
Time is the most important thing. You don't have time to waste.
And I think that's what the good thing is about online dating, which I also recommend meet as soon as possible, because you can build fake intimacy very quickly. And, you can connect with somebody online, and you can, people in writing can be so much more eloquent and romantic and what have you in their writings, but very different face to face. And if you create this illusion of, or this attachment too early and quickly and you let this go and you extend it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, you build this intimacy and then you meet.
And the chemistry's not there.
And the chemistry's not there. How much time have you wasted?
Let me give you a little seduction technique here that people use.
I'm not going to use it. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I used to use it. And you start matching the person's language. You look at what type of senses that they include in the words that they use. Are they primarily visual people? Are they primarily auditory people? Are they body sensations?
Give me examples of what kinds of things you'd find on a profile.
Let's say it's somebody who's a visual person. I can totally see us in living color. Well, see and color are very visual words. An auditory person might say, I really want us to click, and they have the click there. Note how it's so great when you can just,
I would have never thought of that.
It's like when I see you, I hear angels singing.
So why is that a technique? Why is that a seduction technique?
Well, this is what you do. If you find out that the person primarily filters the world through a particular sense, the words that you use to communicate with them will also be words of that particular sense. They feel an instant rapport.
Oh, I see. Okay. And that's why in writing, when you're eloquent or when you do things like that, you start to feel that connection, which may not be real.
Exactly, because the person is just mimicking your language patterns.
Makes sense.
As opposed to really forming a connection with you.
Makes sense. Hi, Richard. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Actually, when you mentioned earlier about people being eloquent and seem to be more verbose and more expressive when they're typing, I think that my theory on that is that there is a certain personality that, and of course this is not to put anyone down or whatever.
Yeah, I get that.
But you tend to meet people online that you did not come across in real life.
That's true too.
And what I mean by that is that there is this breed of person which is the introvert, the recluse.
Yes.
Socially awkward person.
Yes.
That you'll never come across in
a
real
bar.
Life, but they thrive online because it's the only medium they have to express themselves and sort of feel like they can relate or be accepted in some way or form. And
that's very true.
And often enough they can get by a phone call and still describe themselves. Then when they meet, they don't make eye contact. They're quiet. And that's when the true colors really come out.
You are so right, and I've heard this story so many times. It's great. The internet has been a great thing for the shy, because they weren't going out anyway, so this was a way to give them access to the outside world. But they still need the skills. You still need the social skills because eventually you are going to meet face to face. So
exactly, and that's
good point.
That, I think with men more than women, because I don't know what, I'm not being sexist, but it just seems to me that they will tend to lie more, maybe feeling that they feel so confident that they really feel that they're going to sway a woman's decision or change their mind once they meet, and that once you meet me, you'll like me, and you know.
I bet you. I think that my guess is that men and women lie equally, but about different things.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So I think there's different things they might lie about, and maybe guys will lie more about status, and women more about their physical appearance and what have you. So either lying is no good anyway. Richard, thanks. You made some amazing points tonight. Thanks so much for calling in.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, have a good night. 514-790-0991. You can also text us at 514-800. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter at, what's my Twitter handle? Dr. Laurie Sex Talk. Yes, that's it. You can follow me there, Dr. Laurie Sex Talk, and try to give out some tips on a regular basis. So we're talking about online relationships and how to present oneself. And I think Richard made a great point with shy people, because where do they go get those skills? They still need them.
Exactly. Although the internet's a wonderful tool to help people meet, just being able to meet somebody does not necessarily mean that you can make a relationship work.
That's right.
So there are people out there who specialize in approaching, and that's all they do. They're approach coaches, and they say, this is how you approach people. This is how you
I never heard of
people.
that, an approach coach. Interesting.
It's an industry unto itself.
Really?
Yes. However, just because you learn how to approach, or just because the person knows how to approach, that has no bearing on whether or not they have relationship management skills.
Oh, and that's what you teach at your relationship management skills class.
What an amazing segue. I didn't even see that.
You did that
coming.
on purpose.
Of course I did it on purpose.
Every Friday night at the Alternative Lifestyles Community Center. You can check it out at franktalks.com. We're talking about online dating and the particularities of that and the particular dilemmas. I remember a time when it first came out, people were saying, oh, that's for desperate people. That's for losers. That's for people who can't get anybody. They got to go online.
And now it's just the opposite. You have to do online dating because you're successful, because you don't have time to socialize and waste time. And you have to do it online because you're so busy traveling and having such a busy life that you don't want to meet up with the losers. You want to meet up with people that have something to offer. And online dating is now a great screening process.